in this boxing asylum, whatever you're called, right? You see, you must be the most bored man on planet Earth, because what you do is you sit and talk about what the fuck I do. Remember this, right? What you talk about, I do. I do it. You talk about it, I do it. So that gives me the right to say whatever I want about what I do. It doesn't give you the right because you don't do it. Now, if you show me a video of you doing it and doing it at the level I do it at, then maybe you can have a say. But remember this, I fight, you watch. It's that simple. That's all it's about. I fight, you watch. No one gives a shit about what you say or what you do, but they give a shit about me because I fight. I don't watch. Simple as that. Your podcast isn't worth a carrot. I don't give a shit what you say, what you do. If you've got something to say to me, I'm not hard to find. I'm usually on the front row of boxing events. Come and say hello, or come and say to me what you'd say to me on your daft podcast. But remember this, I get more views with a fart than what you get with a 2-hour podcast. On that note,
good evening, everybody. It's Steve Wellings here for the Bellew of the Year for 2021. We are in 2022, as you know, but there's been a lot of shit talked over the past 12 months. We've managed to cut as much of it as we can. I've been looking through the chat there, actually. The boys seemed like they're having a great time. Throwing in some that I may not even have clips of, but you will get your chance at the end of the show once we've presented all the evidence to you to pick a Bellew of the Year, that one person who's going to pick up the trophy and reign supreme on the throne. Hoping for a few more voices to join us as well as the evening progresses. We'll go for as long as we can be bothered. Rapping Bob Kelly's en route. Matty DJ Leonardo's at work. The absolute slacker. Andy Patterson, though, the Rock, is here as always. Good evening on this Monday evening, January the 3rd, Andy. How are you indeed?
Somewhat recovered for last night. I was really hanging by a thread. Maybe I came across that way and that, but definitely got off the call last night, straight onto a stereo and right to bed. So I'm slightly more refreshed today in that, but still like another 24 hours rest. I can't do these binges anymore, mate. How many carrots did you have for Christmas, mate? Was it?
A few carrots. I tell you what, there's a few people in the boxing world, Andy, if truth be told, who would like to shove a carrot down our throat and silence us once and for all. But thank God, after last night, we are still on YouTube. We're still live. We're still firing away. Shout out to Ames for the fantastic thumbnail. I am pretty confident that most of the people on the thumbnail will appear tonight. But yes, I think they would love to throttle us with a carrot or two. Long live the Bellew of the Week, I say, Andy. Long live the Bellew of the Week.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I'm not going to say who created it, mate. We'll just leave it at that. But shout out to Chris Burns in the chat there for saying that Andy was up at 8. Andy was never done, mate. I was never done. I stayed on my feet. It was a bit shaky, Adam, but I was all good to go.
Well, let's have a look in the chat early doors then before we go to January 2021 and see who is knocking about there. Good evening to you all. Good couple of thousand. Strong turnout on this Monday evening. The Motor City Cobras here. Liam Wins in the chat as well. Good to see you, Liam. Chris Burns. Lithgow 1983 talking about the Persian rugs. I can guarantee you, Mr. Lithgow, that the Persian rugs will be making an appearance. Johnny Horsecock Nelson's here as well. Jim McDonald Boxing. James Windsor. Welcome to you. Ryan Petit. DJ Keaty. Gonna Change. Niall M's here, Josh Ford, Adam Hughes, Patrick Sweeney throwing the carrots in there. Good lad is Patrick. Who else we got? Jimmy Tappy. Good to see him with us as well on this glorious evening. It's raining here. What's the weather like where you boys are at? That's the question. Just flicking through, seeing who else we got. Is it cold where you are, Andy? It's getting nippy here now.
Definitely. It could be at least minus weather tonight. Like, it's been kind of fucking warm this Christmas though up here. What day was it? I think it was Boxing Day. It was something like 12 degrees up here. It was like taps off weather.
Andy's got the vest on.
Folk were sunbathing everything. Was that one?
Sad Ken's there as well.
I went from pale blue to fucking pure white.
Andy's warming up. Sad Ken, the guard has got to be at the sharp end. I can guarantee you the guard will be at the sharp end. Rob Barnett's there as well. Stephen Hill and James Windsor. Club Canelo Bellew of the Year, 449 from James Windsor, throwing in a nice super chat to get things rolling there. Thank you very much, James. Right, let's get the first one straight away. We've got a mixture of videos and photographs. It was actually more work than I thought, man. I was uploading this shit today,
I can imagine.
going through them, and I had so many and I had to cut a few and add a few in that I'd forgotten. So we'll see how we get on. First of all, way back to January the 10th, just this was flying in our first week back in 2021, spinning back fist. Kate Abdo, that's some good sperm you got there, sir. She said to Henry Garcia, Ryan Garcia's dad. The compliments flying on the PBC, Andy. Some good sperm for Henry Garcia.
Oh, I call him the crying Garcia, but yeah, she was on top form that night, wasn't she? Yeah, I was. It brought out a few comments in that, and I'm just thinking actually, was there not a few comments maybe a few months later, possibly about Roy Jones and fatherhood type comments, possibly? It was
That's
a bone of
right.
contention.
Yes, I think that Roy wished her a happy Mother's Day, and I think it wasn't the best thing for Roy to say. But Kate Abdo praising Mr. Garcia for his sperm. Joel Archer nominated that one back on January the 10th when we returned, a week after Garcia knocked out. It was Campbell, wasn't it? Luke Campbell. And that was on DAZN, in fact, not PBC. So a bit of DAZN action there. I was hoping that Rob might be able to jump in here. Oh, hang on, there's a massive super chat in. Hold the phone, Andy. Gunner Change has thrown in $44.99. Shout out to Gunner Change. Listen for free for years. So here you go, chaps. Well, I tell you what, much appreciated to you. Hot off the heels of Owen Spillane and Gary Kavanagh last night as well. Gunner Change with a $44.99.
So your podcast is worth more than a carrot, then, eh?
Yeah,
I mean, you can get bags of carrots out of Sainsbury's for 79 pence.
Oh, Gunner Change throwing it in there. What do you think AB would get? Would use that money for, Andy, if he had £45 flying in on WhatsApp? Well, no, it's not WhatsApp, isn't it? Cash App that AB likes to use. What do you think he would spend the money on, AB?
I'll tell you what, mate. Well, he seems to be off the drink, but he seems to be kind of still kind of laying charges on that pussy, like, so. Yeah, possibly that. Maybe go downtown rather than go uptown and maybe pick up some sewer rat like he used to do in the past. Maybe film himself. Oh fuck, he's done that already. Eh? What else can he do? Maybe just pay some alimony. I don't know. Some child support. He's not going to be drinking any Cristal anytime soon, anyway. It's Big Al's subs him some cash.
Oh, he's going to have a few quid off Big Al coming in. M. Lithgow says, is the money going back into production, lads, like Porky's Corner? I can 100% guarantee, absolutely not. It's not going back into production anyway. We're doing our best, Andy. Our voice is the best we could offer you.
Yeah, there's no lighting or fucking seats or desks getting put out or anything like that. Don't you worry
green
about
screens.
Like green screens, that fucking cash in the pocket.
Oh dear, yes.
Joke,
well,
of course.
You got to be brutally honest. I was hoping Rob would be around to see this one for Fino Boxing. This was also a strong one back from January the 10th. Eddie Reynoso, Brutalmente Honesto with Canelo Alvarez. Obviously, as Cougs and the boys went with the brutally honest, Fino Boxing was going with Brutalmente Honesto. Look at Eddie there, Andy, trying his best not to, where the eyes would be straying with an old Fino Boxing.
We've all been there, mate. That's when you go to be sly, actually have the shades on indoors, maybe kind of keep your eyes that way, but mate, what a pair, and them, yeah, disrespectfully, obviously, but yeah, fabulous.
No disrespect here. Here's a former world champion, no less, biased boxing fan, Smiggers Titties, friend of the pod. This was nominated by Ricky Gravel on the 17th of January last year. I Am Russia. Nathan Cleverley's mental health is slowly declining. Here he is in his boxers running around going absolutely mad. You fear for old Nathan, Andy. The more I see him on Instagram, I'm kind of worried about him.
Well, I watched the Cara Murat fight at Christmas time, and just kind of looking back to some of his fights, and that he actually was like one of the most exciting fighters that come up through the British scene at that time, and I'm not surprised considering how he fought. He could have made it far easier with his longer reach, his skills and that, but he seemed to just like to get taken into wars. And obviously, he kind of in the end, it was kind of like, look, I want the Kovalev fight. He needed it for validation, really, didn't he? Because he got that belt sent to him in the post when Bremer didn't turn up. And I was really looking forward to that Bremer fight as well, because I thought it'd been a right good scrap. But I just had to see but he's got about there like pumping fresh air, etc. And that. I Am Russia.
Josh Ford says Clev loves a sniff. Jim McDonald there as well says, the Asylum admits to pocketing the super chats and like Mr. Piggy. Non-profit my eye. We're a charity, Andy. Come on, we're a charity here, aren't we?
Exactly. I am a fucking charity. It's a fucking local brewery.
Offering Asylum to you boys on a Sunday evening and a Monday evening even. But there you go anyway. Cleverly getting thrown in there.
Jim knows, but just fucking reinflating the brewery after lockdown, mate. That's what we're doing, you know.
Keeping this shit going as best as we can. Towards the end of January, here he comes, Orion Publishing, out in May, the first book from boxing hero Tony Bellew. Tony said, I want to take readers into the ring and help them understand that even though it's an extreme environment and somewhere they're unlikely to ever be, there's plenty they can learn there. There's Tony's book there. Anthony's book, in fact. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. 12 things boxing teaches you about life. But, Andy, they're asking where the Asylum money's going. What about Boxing Asylum Publishing? Everybody has a plan until they win a vacant belt. 12 ways to disappear from public life. Our version, I think, was more on the money.
He joined the military as well, I believe, mate. Special forces as well. So he did it in pretty quick time. I hear it usually takes about 5-6 years to get into special forces.
Oh, good old Tony, man. What an absolute legend. Yes, so he bought a book out. I haven't quite read it yet, but we were going to start reading sections out of it. We might do in the future.
But as asking, did anyone read it? I didn't think so. I'll maybe wait until I'll see it somewhere on bargain bins or something like that for like 10 pence or something.
Lithgow said I'd rather read Mein Kampf. I haven't cut this one yet, but apparently Porky was recommending Mein Kampf or something as recommended reading.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story, right? I was on holiday one year, and I'm sure I met this English boy, and I'm sure he had autism, right? Not that that's a problem, but the guy, you can actually talk to him, right? And I believe Mein Kampf is actually banned in Germany, or at least it was, and I bumped into this guy and he's quite into his history and that. And I was actually heading into Salzburg, heading up into the Alps. And that the guy appeared at the fucking reception and put a copy on the reception desk. I'm looking at him like, I said, dude, you didn't fucking lift it. So I've just fucked off pretty sharpish. That I didn't want to see any posts kicking about that. So Mein Kampf, fucking diatribe, shite that, eh? Look me, man, I'd rather read the Bible.
Mein Kampf, the Bible, and Tony's book. I tell you what, Andy, if one fella bought out a book, it would be The Guard. I don't know what The Guard would come out with, but he was flying strong towards the end of January. It's hard to believe that this was this far away, but back at the end of January, The Guard was live on camera with a special favourite interviewee of his. We watched this many's a time, but let's revisit this scene when The Guard was rising like a phoenix.
Yeah. One of the things on my list here to ask you about is you've got a massive tattoos on your legs, yeah? Tell us about the tattoos. All right, there they are. Oh, there we go. Wow.
Yeah, actually I do.
Tell us about the tattoos.
Okay, well, I mean, I got tattoos on my arms as well, but so I've got a dragon, and I mainly got that one, honestly, for art. But then I've got the phoenix. I've got to show you this, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm sure no one will mind.
So that's a phoenix, if you can tell.
Yes, I can see the phoenix, yeah.
Yep, and that is like, I don't know if you know, obviously everyone knows about a phoenix, but a phoenix is the rise of the phoenix. You rise from the ashes, you know what I mean?
So it's symbolic for you?
It's symbolic, yeah, definitely. The phoenix is definitely symbolic for me.
Symbolic for a lot of people.
Oh, there we go. Perhaps the most pervious video you'll probably see this year. Or sorry, last year, sorry.
He loves his job though, doesn't he, the guy?
He does, mate. He likes to strip down tees, get the nipples out and that as well. Maybe it's the wrong job, actually. We should do like one of the, what do you call the guys who go about?
What's that?
Gigolo guys. Go a bit like that.
He's a gigolo, all right, yeah. Austin Power's long lost brother, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, the guard getting a cringe of the year, says Patrick Sweeney there. Josh Ford says, see the Phoenix, mate. The
it
guard.
was first of the year, basically.
The guard
first as me last night, to be honest.
And he's all dried out. But last February, Tony himself was dried out from all the fitness he was doing on Instagram. Don't want to train today, but I've got through it courtesy of They Call Me Locksmith and my favourite rudimental UK tunes. Have a nice weekend, people. Hashtag no pain, no gain. And then Stuart McHugh says in the chat, go Bomber. And Gunda 1983 says, fat cunt. So a bit of encouragement there for Tony.
Truth's always the best, mate. But at least he found Tony, and at least he found the phone to kind of let us know where he was in his living room.
But he's getting on the weights there. He's dropping the weight. You never know. Comeback could be in order soon for Tony. They're talking about him maybe fighting Logan Paul. He's very vocal, isn't he, about these YouTubers? But if you offer him a check, I'd say he'd be in the ring like a shot.
I'd say so as well, mate. I was saying something similar last night. That I think he's maybe making a wee cheeky comeback, get on to maybe going to Triller, or the Zone possibly. Maybe trying to get something maybe mixed up. Who could he fight? Who do you want to see him fight? Actually,
He's fighting obesity at the moment, doesn't he? With these fat cunt comments coming up for poor Tony on Instagram. But I mean,
could be
they all
diabetes.
criticize these YouTubers. But he'll be there. He'll be there in the ring if the check comes through.
Yeah, he will be, mate. We've all got to hustle. We've all got to earn the coin. Just like we're doing tonight. That's the last 2 nights. Sorry, so.
Yeah, Bellew's Keep Fit video. That is coming up later, Motor City Cobra. Don't get ahead of yourself just yet. Shakur Stevenson, back last February, was enjoying himself as well. Well, surely nominated him for this one. Can't no one fuck this up, because this too deep with us. Looks like he's got himself a bit of class there.
Yeah, mate. And he also, I think this is the one he actually got we burn in the oven with, I believe.
Possibly.
Aye, see, this is what happens when you're young and daft and you get to taste it for the first time. Never had it so good. I just think he's a bit. Look, good luck to them, but I just think they're a bit young at that age, mate. Especially if it's winning your first world title. Just didn't go down the Broner route by getting like a fucking football team of kids before you're 30, like. So just ease up on it a wee bit, mate.
He's active in the ring, Shakur. Obviously, he's looking to become a world champion in a third weight soon. But the whole thing was beforehand, he was knocking about with Joette Gonzalez, his sister, wasn't he? And then they had the beef. And then whenever they fought with each other, the whole fuss was the family didn't like Shakur. He was going with the sister. I don't know whether he's upgraded, downgraded, or regraded here, but he's having a good time. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing, mate. He's earning the money, as I say. He's got a nice crib, baby on the way. And the woman who seems, according to some of these pictures, at least won't do anything. So yeah, fucking fire in.
Absolutely. Three-weight world champion already, Shakur, with his side piece there. Talking to people doing well sexually. Does he never learn? Shane Mosley was our winner for February the 14th. He's on Instagram here. He tweeted out to his other half, who is pictured on the right-hand side, "To my goddess, my love for you grows more and more every moment we spend together. You're like the brightest crystals that sparkle with the beauty and wisdom of many lifetimes. I'm so lucky that our lives are coming to union on this earthly plan at this moment of time. You're a blessing to anyone who comes in your path." Blah, blah, blah. 7,992 likes. Maybe a like from Gin Mosley. Any chance he might be taken to the cleaners soon?
She'll be looking through that right there, looking for any claim that she can possibly get. He never wrote that. Because I know one of his ex-misses used to run his Twitter account, and she blocked me on his Twitter account. So, yeah, she wrote that. But is that... What the fuck's she got in her ears and her nose there?
I don't know. It looks expensive, though. Shane still splashing the cash.
Yeah, she'd be better holding on to it, mate. I mean, you can't keep going through all these ladies like that, mate. And all these nice holidays and that. You got to kind of keep the money back. You might remember what Mike Tyson said, once the money goes, so do the hose.
Yeah, they all disappear eventually. More people are appearing in the chat, though. Well up to 5,000 now. Big A's joined us since I last gave a shout-out. Sean Edwards is here as well. Happy New Year, lads, says Sean. Happy New Year to you as well. And there was another name, the Motor City Cobra. I think we gave him a shout-out as well. And, of course, Gunnar Change, thank you very much for his little investment into the boxing asylum. Also on February the 14th, Paddy Barnes was tweeting out about Sky. That's a disgrace, Sky Boxing, Adam Smith, Matt Macklin. I think this might have been around Ryder... I can't remember the fight exactly, but anyway, he said, even thinking it was close, a two balloons too. Call it how it is, for fuck's sake. It's not funny anymore. Matthew Mackin took issue with Paddy Barnes. Who's a balloon, you little prick? Get back in your little box, you cheeky little muppet. Macklin not happy with Paddy there, Andy.
I'm surprised at Matthew there, but yeah, look, Paddy sometimes, he doesn't give a fuck, man. He just causes, he sees it as well. But he's right, though. Sometimes you listen to these fuckers on commentary and that, you just don't know what they're watching sometimes. They didn't sometimes even call what's happening. For example, the away fighter doing something decent. Sometimes they just totally miss it and just talk over it and just keep going. Holland was bad for that, actually.
Nick Horling, yeah, he was certainly. A bit of MTK beef going on, as Johnny Horsecock Nelson says. No MTK beef going on here. February the 20th, we had the Tunde Ajayi tattoo with MTK Global tattooed at the top.
I forgot about that, man. Jesus.
It's been a year of bad tattoos, Andy, but would you consider getting this one on the old leg yourself?
Well, it's certainly better than the one that Bellew Saunders guy got on his back, at least, or whatever it was.
It's coming. It's coming. Not quite yet, but it's coming.
Listen, that's no, mate. I hate needles, mate, and I wouldn't get a tattoo, so there's no fucking danger I would get it, regardless if it's nice looking or not, mate. I wouldn't get a tattoo.
regardless of whether it had Tundi on or not. Talking of nice-looking things, we've got a little threesome coming up for you. Not that type, but what about this? Declan Graffin was one of many people for nominating Eddie Hearn, keeps his promise to wear the PJs for the weigh-in. Also, on the night, here he is, Eddie dressing in the dark, Hearn wearing a shirt that's 3 sizes too small for him, on top of another shirt. And in all his glory, here he is again. Don't miss Eddie and Chris Algieri on Matchroom Boxing before the bell. I can't really say too much about dress sense, but Eddie's outdone himself this year.
Yeah, I was going to see that third one though. Was that the PGs that Canelo got him? He was trying to kind of like get into his pants and that because when Canelo walked in with his ones on, he's like, "What's that?" He's for fucking, I think he bought my pair and that. Eddie would ride his arse, man, just to fucking stay with Canelo these days. I was the Canelo. You didn't even fight. That's right. That's right.
Eddie in his pyjamas, absolutely. Back towards the end of February before we fly off into March, naturally, which comes next. Back to our favourite, it is the Bellew of the Week, and Tony Bellew features heavily. He did indeed during 2021. Here he is on Sky Sports before he made the switch over to change the game on DAZN, talking about why Canelo's a great fighter, but just not quite great enough for Tony's liking.
I think Canelo's smarter than that. Canelo will look at that and think, southpaw, weigh it up, the short man.
Styles make fights.
Yeah,
Styles make fights.
Canelo will want to put it on Callum. Now, I know people are going to say, well, John Ryder put it on Callum. He's done it in a much different way. Canelo likes a mid-range distance. Canelo wants to nail you with hard shots, and to be able to do that, he can't be on your chest here. He has to be here. That's where Sergey Kovalev wants to be, and that's why he disposed of Sergey Kovalev. That's why he disposed of Kovalev. Canelo is a master at mid-range. He's brilliant up front, but I don't believe for a minute he won any account of it. A young boy, a phenomenal world champion, and I'll bet me house on he would not come to Anfield. Not a chance.
That was before Canelo beat the shit out of Callum Smith. Tony suggesting that Canelo wouldn't come to Anfield and he wouldn't fancy the job against Callum Smith.
Jesus, you can't say, I remember that fight was made quite short notice, right? So Smith's training to make weight, and I think it was roughly around about November time, I think it was, like the previous year. And I actually, and I didn't even tag Tony into the tweet, actually, sorry, Anthony. And it says, what is Bellew talking about? Canelo's faced a prime hungry guy. The guy's dead at the weight, basically. Tony somehow saw it and got in touch. Like says, what was it? I think it was. I need to go and check it, but it was something to do with a kind of prime version or a green. That's what it was. Floyd beat a green version of Canelo. Smith's going to beat an elite version of Canelo. I'm saying to myself, oh fuck no. And he's just going on about it, going on. And it's just like, it's just backing me on his end and that. He's obviously big pals with the Smiths, big David Price as well. I guess we'll hear from him later on.
Big David Price, I'd say there's a chance we will be hearing from that a little bit later.
World heavyweight champion of the world, mates.
He's the next one, indeed. It wouldn't be the same this year, or in fact last year. We'll speak as if it's 2021 without hearing an advert from Floyd Mayweather. Rob is always good for throwing in all the different Floyd adverts for gel blasters, for boob operations, for car hire in Dubai. But one of the classic ones, alongside Manjaro's, is the one I'm going to play next. This is the first and the best as far as I'm concerned. Floyd flying into the world of double glazing.
Hi, I'm Floyd Mayweather. Call Love Windows right now. 0800-644-644.
Love Windows presents triple glazed windows, only $299 each. Any size, fully fitted, and a 15 years guarantee.
Call Love Windows right now at 0800-644-644. Remember, call right now.
£300 a window, my fucking chucks, by the way. There's no fucking danger of touching that fucking offer. Go fuck yourself, Floyd.
At least he managed to read the instructions. That's a plus.
That's true, mate. He must have had a good auto cue there, but he might have done it in sections, like maybe like TikTok for him or whatever and that. But that was the start of Floyd Mayweather's social, how can we put it? Social media entrepreneurship. He was actually just doing anything and everything that came his way. It had a couple of dollar signs against it or pound signs in this matter. Jesus Christ. British Hair Clinic.
The British Hair Clinic. That'll be the next thing that Floyd will be advertising. Right, into March the 7th. Tim Boxeo tweeted out this one. This was our winner for March the 7th. The cruiserweight bout on this event in Melbourne between Khalid Baker, 5-0, and Hayden Wright, 2-13, was scratched yesterday when Wright missed weight by 20 kilograms.
I remember this, actually. I do remember, so I actually want to go and double check what the weight. I think it was like something like £50 overweight or something. He has a 3-month training camp. Fucking talk about. No, listen. See when you get like, I actually hear it at kind of like more kind of world class events or kind of like world title events and that, when you get a fucking opponent that comes in like £6 overweight. Oh, he hasn't even attempted to make the weight. What the fuck would you call that? Like it was maybe happening in Cruiserweight or something.
That's right. It was just a brilliant night all
that's
round,
right.
though, because he turns up in the little pair of shorts there as if he's just come out the outback. His opponent, Khalid Baker, was a convicted murderer, as far as I'm aware. Apologies, Khalid, if you weren't, but I'm pretty sure he was. The whole and Marty's knockout photography advertising. They do things differently over there. Fair play to the boys.
It must have been the menstrual cycle or something, or the kind of what was it? Cervical fluid in the brain. I don't think they could something along the lines. Maybe it was his period. I don't know.
Patrick Sweeney says, "Sweat it off, lad."
Sweat it off. Oh, look at the opponent. He looks in tremendous shape.
Yeah, he does. Old Khalid. Tom Halton's there, loving this, chaps. Have a good night celebrating these gems. Thank you very much, Tom. Good to see you as well. March the 14th here, our winner was Bob Arum. BoxingScene.com reporting Bob Arum to angry fans demanding Fury Joshua deal. Go fuck yourself. Find a life, says Bob Arum. Taking no prisoners there.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Oh, dear. Good old Bob. The Bob father himself.
90 recently there.
He's not. I tell you what, Bob might turn up like Anthony did, Andy, in our March the 21st winner on OnlyFans. Get that version of Tony that you always wanted to see. OnlyFans took him on.
Mate. Oh, did they? Oh, so they have. Fucking hell. Can you imagine Bob Arum on OnlyFans by showing videos of his old times with Ali, with the prostitutes in the Philippines and that? Fuck me, man. He needs to get, honestly, I've said it before, and there's been quite a few other guys actually messaging me about it and that, saying I was right, but Bob Arum needs to get a book out. It needs to be like volumes. It needs to be like a fucking one for each decade he's been involved in the sport, because it's got to be littered with fucking debauchery. Got to be.
I would imagine so, definitely. Are you surprised he hasn't bought out some kind of is there no autobiography of Bob out now?
I don't think so, no.
Don't think there is there?
Maybe something about unauthorised or whatever. That I need to check, but I've not seen one anyway.
Biography of Don King would be a good read as well, wouldn't it?
Well, there's one out, is it The Life and Crimes of Don King? Actually, that's a good read. That covers all the kind of like FBI stuff and that as well. Fucking Dodgy Don, some man, fucking Teflon.
Dodgy Don, from one end of the boxing spectrum to the other. At the end of March, we were introduced to this legend for the first time. Father Dave Smith from Australia was back in action against Wild Bill. Well, in fact, Andy, it's funny you should mention that. Let's flick right through to the bottom of the video section here and enjoy Father Dave in all his glory.
Here comes Father Dave, led out by Tony O'Loughlin. My goodness, Tony, I've known him since the 80s. God love him. He's been a great trainer in the Sydney region for a long, long time.
The punching priest, Father Dave. Tell you what, isn't that some entrance? He's actually a priest.
Yeah. At the veteran boxes, he always opens up the veteran boxes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce you to the two.
It's a priest, you know, mate. Did we not find out like 2 weeks after or something? That he'd actually had a brain bleed a few years previously.
That's right.
He still boxed. That was right. I remember that now.
That's right. He's a great lad.
Oh, fucking brilliant.
Great lad, Father Dave. You never know. You might see him in the ring again soon. He's near 60, but he's there still punching away as best as he can. That was March covered then. Into April the 4th. I tell you what, it's been a bad year for these boys. Teofimo Lopez and Teofimo Senior. In fact, Senior said, we took a stand like our lead did in Vietnam. Teofimo's only fighting on pay-per-view from now. Well, maybe not.
And what happened? They were crying like a little bitch, as Gabe would say, about losing the decision on the zone, and he clearly stated after the fight, if we remain with Top Rank and ESPN, we would go to decision. Fucking cry harder, baby. And this for the Ali comments, mate. Just fucking take it right out your mouth and wash it. Fuck me, man. Nothing compared to it. You were standing for money. That's all you were standing for.
That's Lopez
He thought
Senior.
he was changing. Sorry, mate. I'm going on a rant here now, but you hear Eddie want to change the game. This fucker thought he was trying to be smart, changing the game and that as well, walk away for the Bob father. Are you kidding me? And he maybe tried to get all smart with Bob and was it Suleiman, trying to get a fight with Josh Taylor, unify 135 and 140 pound titles. And he's like, you can't do that, you fucking smoke. You know, so he's not exactly changing the game, this fucking idiot.
No, they
And
tried
by
to
the
take
way,
on the Godfather. They failed.
having 400 guys, 400-pound guys punching you square in the chest before a big fucking, like a month before the fight, we can understand why you actually got this fucking problem that you had, this medical issue that you could have died with.
Yeah. Teofimo Lopez Jr. and Lopez Sr. I tell you what, talking of fathers maybe being ashamed of their sons, April the 11th, Chavez Jr. rocking up in a pair of women's knickers. I think he's taken too many shots to the head, this poor fella.
At this moment, mate, this would be the appropriate moment to put the picture up where Julio Sr. standing bedside at the hospital with Junior lying in the gurney after Canelo just put him there after 4 rounds, thinking to himself, "You're not my fucking son. Look at him, man."
Oh, should have got
He's
hold
even
of that
pouting
one.
in that. Jesus, he's even got the pouting. Probably got some Vaseline on the lips and that as well.
He deleted it shortly after. This maybe should have been deleted as well. Over on Triller for April the 18th, Snoop Doggy Dogg turning up with the Fight Club belt. We love a fake title, Andy, and this is a cracker.
That's a belter, mate. That is a belter. Trillerverse title, Fight Club number 3. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about the title watch. Especially when we get a few other ones kind of kicking up. But that just looks like something you would get out of Toys R Us. Really is. It's something about $2. Yeah.
Argos belt for Snoop Doggy Dogg there. And finally, just sliding out of April before we play the video, Matt Dobson Boxbet nominated this, which was our winner for April the 26th. Uppercut Boxing was having to go at the WBC. They said, how many belts do the WBC need? Wonder how much they're charging for that, the greedy gits that they are. WBC responded, saying nothing. These are commemorative belts and prizes, not world titles. The Boxing Sheikh then said, can I have a belt for when I pass my driving test? The WBC said, you'd be wearing a seatbelt. That is the right belt for that achievement. Quality banter from the WBC there.
A bit snarky though as well, you know. A chance to fucking put one on him. Yeah, but it's a good response, so quick. Wasn't it Suleiman that sent that one out though?
No, I don't think it's Suleiman in charge of the Twitter account. But in fact, why not quickly fly on here? I know you're a fan of it. It never gets old.
That is good. I still can't get. It's got to be a face mask of some sort, mate. You couldn't pay me to go in public like that. Literally.
WBC, good crack. Anyway, so April as well. Right at the end of April, Tim Boxeo special here. There was a big fat heavyweight against another fellow who was making his debut out in Kentucky or Nantucket or Indiana or somewhere like that. And this is the spectacle these two behemoths managed to put on.
See it, Corky. All right.
And Markham is down.
Well,
took a shot down on his knees.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
and that does not look good.
Derek's first amateur fight, my fighter tonight, went with this Callaway last time and went the distance. So that's pretty good for a kid with his first amateur fight.
Yeah, no kidding. And the referee's going to stop it. Under a minute and a half in, as Markham took a shot, went to a knee, and now he's on his back.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to check the replay.
Oh, this guy over here he's a tank.
I was going to say he's a mountain wearing boxing gloves.
Took a flimsy jab, went down in the corner, said he didn't want to go on anymore, and then lay on his back and and after the fight as if he'd been knocked out cold. That's club boxing at its finest.
That's it, mate. I was actually hoping you were going to play the one when the guy gets knocked through the ropes and you've got the guy ringside with the daughters fucking shouting abuse.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't catch that one.
Oh mate, that was brilliant. But fucking yeah, we'll talk about a non-effort, eh? Jesus fucking Christ.
Plenty of effort going into May here by Sean Porter, caught at ringside on the BBC wearing a rug. Would you turn up ringside in one of the shows in Glasgow, Edinburgh, Andy, wearing something like that?
Mate, you wouldn't go to Glasgow or Edinburgh alive if you dressed up like that, mate. You would definitely get pickpocketed without doubt. You'd definitely get done as a mark. Yeah, I mean, fuck's sake. Going out with a rug on, man. What the fuck's all that about?
Only Sean Porter. Maybe he was getting ready for the big pay-per-view event between our favourite boys here. It's not Take Ames and Sam Eggington quite, but it is Gervonta Davis and Mario Barres. The crackheads look like they're going to come and rob a granny near you. I tell you what, a couple of states there, the boys.
Yeah, I mean, you would definitely be kind of like, if you've seen it, not generalised, but I can see why sometimes in America people get a wee bit kind of, the police get a wee bit itchy about who's walking the streets and that. If you did see the A2, you'd be like, how much for a gram, mate? Ricky Gravel maybe bumped into the A2 somewhere along the line.
Ricky Graville. I'll tell you what, Ricky Graville might be seen here with Jamie Giles in the back room, all there. Ebony Bridges pictures on. I'll tell you what, this is definitely a member of the Ebony Bridges Appreciation Society.
You think? You think?
There's some crackers there. Look at Ebbs flexing her muscles on the right-hand side. You've got the Shannon Courtney poster as well there. She's loving it.
Yeah, she's loving it. But what about the guy who's actually kind of sets up like in a shrine to some fucking female boxer? Who does that?
Jamie Giles.
Fucking check that hard drive as well then. True. I think she's actually even got True spelt wrong there. True fan.
To a fan, exactly. I never even noticed
Fucking
that.
hell.
Oh, there we are.
Well,
so
he's actually got an autograph picture as well there.
Oh yeah, you can buy them though on off eBay. I think.
I suppose. Well, if he did, hopefully he got bent over for it. Then it's actually fake.
There's a bit of bending over when Ebony's involved. A couple of videos for the end of May as well. First of all, Chris Arreola went in against Andy Ruiz Jr. on Fox pay-per-view. Afterwards, Arreola was none too impressed by the judges when it came to dishing out the scores, it's fair to say.
Mutual respect for one another.
Absolutely, man. You know what? I respect the judges, but today, I always said that beauty's in the eye of the beholder. They like a butterface. Everything's pretty but their face. Honestly, man, did he win? Fine. But don't tell me you're only going to give me 2-3 rounds. Fuck that. I'm going to be like Dr. Dre. All y'all can suck my motherfucking dick.
That's one way of voicing your displeasure afterwards from Arreola there.
It's also one way of maybe even entering any future prospects to get the fight as well. Mainstream television.
Haven't seen him since.
Exactly, aye. Especially how the culture goes about these days and that, you know. But fuck me, man. I'm trying to remember that fight. Aye, because he knocked Ruiz down a few times.
Yes, he did. Yep, he did.
And it's fucking ridiculous, man. Some of these, I can't remember the exact scorecard, but I do remember it being quite wide in one of them. Fucking outrageous, man.
That was slightly before another great event in May when Billy Joe Saunders went in against Saul Canelo Alvarez. What happened in the ring is one thing, but out of the ring, things got pretty interesting, especially this chap beforehand who was pretty confident that Billy Joe Saunders was going to get the win on the night.
I said to him before I did this, I only care about you.
Ready?
Come on, Billy. Up the gypsies. Come on. Fucking pull his head off, the fucking dosser. Don't.
I want to see that guy, or a picture of that guy's back these days. And I wonder if he's trying to take it off a paint stripper or something like that.
Cheese grater job, I think.
Mate, it's got to be fake. Hopefully that's fake. Imagine that, trying to get that shit covered up, man.
Not as fake as this coming into June the 6th, in fact, our winner. The game was about to be changed. Eddie, Match You into Zone, strike a global deal, including UK and Ireland, from July 2021. Has he changed the game, Andy, would you say?
Absolutely zero, mate. Not a chance has he changed anything. There hasn't... No, I would love to see subscribers. If it was doing pretty well, he'd be voicing it. We'll see how much are really in the business when it comes to the purse bids. Possible is it another week for Fury against White? No, look, the quality's been, there's been some accidental value, as I say. There's been some decent fights on the cards, but as depth of quality and that hasn't been great. He has padded it out with a lot of women's fights, cheap obviously. We've had Conor Benn coming along here, crushing things. Josh Kelly's been put out the road.
I've had a lot of fights with cheap.
Well, there he is, and he's not got much.
He's not got many. In there. What are we talking about?
He's not got many stars as well. After Joshua, after he gets beat off Usyk next, so he's kind of going to be struggling. So it's going to be game changed. It could be game ended at any point soon in the next 12 months, possibly. Ed, because Eddie, you know how Eddie says, in 12, 24 months time I can see Showtime out of boxing because they say it's too expensive. So let's see what DAZN's got to say, baby.
You've heard another voice on the call. Praise the Lord, indeed, Andy. I think.
Yes,
I thought I'd come in here. I thought I'd see Rob and Oz. I'm like,
I
just
drink a water
you two fucks going at it.
I must be getting spat here like I've been doing some vitamins.
Worst
Thank the Lord,
orgy
Matthew. I've
ever.
never been so glad to hear you, Matthew. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. I literally just walked in the door from work. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Let me get my gear together.
It better be 2 minutes as well. We'll see you. We'll be looking for you.
Yes.
Going on June the 13th, Andy. Janae Barros with a poetic tweet, one for the mother here. Adrian Broner eats me so good. We had fun in front of his driver, Little Tong, onlyfans.com, Naya Banks. AB never changes.
Oh, mate. He ended up in hospital not long afterwards. I didn't know what the affliction was or what the issue was, but that piece of trash, or that side piece is still haunting him, still chasing him. She's even getting into some beefs on Twitter and that, saying that he's eating me instead of eating you, and all that type of crap. Onlyfans.com at Nia Banks. Get in there and see EB eat it out if you fancy that stuff. Someone said they even took a Tampax out as well at one point. Don't know if that's true though.
Lovely stuff. Tampax and chips for AB there for his tea. Why not indeed? Also that
It certainly
weekend.
beats cornflakes and water that you used to complain about.
It could be worse for poor old
The
AB.
trenches, man.
He could have ended up on the same diet as our favourite here, Tony Bellew, crying on June the 13th. He says, oh, well, messed up again. Had a barbecue and just couldn't stop. No bread, but may as well have had it. Few beers and I don't even like the taste. Handful of chocolate. What a tit I am. Back to square one on Monday. Worked like a madman all week, only to fail on Saturday. And on Monday, here he is.
Fuck me, man. What a Facebook mob post that was, eh? Christ's sake. Your own mother on there complaining about it.
You turn that into a Mad Lib, and you just make somebody basically describing to their wife why they slept with the transvestite. Don't even like it. Don't like the taste. I don't know why I did it.
That's AB's defense, Matty, I think, isn't it?
There you go. Isn't it only a matter of time before he hooks up with the lady boy too? You just feel like that's coming in more ways than one.
AB
with the lady boy.
Well, I ken some. He's actually on Twitter at times. I say it's kind of like chasing. So if we could actually catfish him somehow, set up a transvestite account for him, or get a transvestite, pay her or pay him or whatever it is, we go and fucking fuck him or whatever it is, and get it out there, put it in pay-per-view.
Dude, man, some of them will really mess with you. They're on Maury Povich. They used to have episodes where you had to guess if it was a man or a woman, and watching that shit fucked me up for years. Like I was wrong so many times it wasn't even funny. And you throw watching the Crying Game on top of that, and it's just hell. But anyways, back to the boxing.
Back to the boxing. Let's get us back to the boxing with a couple of back-to-back video clips. First of all, Mario Barrios with his personal comber coming in with a little hand from the side combing his hair. And then after Barrios, there was a big fight over in Bolivia. I think you can, you know already which one it's going to be. But let's go to Barrios first and then over to Bolivia straight after. So all getting stamped out by Pedro Tabares.
They won the rematch, King Saul, and I believe we've got the official result yet, but I heard he was meant to be fighting last weekend. So we're still waiting on word of that coming through. And good to see did anybody ever find out who that guy was that was brushing Barrios' hair?
No.
See, his Bob's like brother of the.
He does have fantastic hair. You got to
Yeah,
give him credit.
suppose.
He does have fantastic hair. Who am I telling that to? You could have a fucking buzz cut, and you guys would be like, "Wow, that's a great head of hair."
Well, it was some. I think it was the rematch a few months after that. I think was that not the guy he threw a belt at that landed against the wall
Yeah.
like a piece of wood or
Pedro
something?
Tabares, yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Ah, good old Saul Farah. He's in the same type of shape as these two boys in Mexico, including this 500-pound behemoth who was weighing in at the beginning of July. He's not far off your mate here, Andy. What about this was the year of the the engravement of AB?
What was that on?
That was the AB engravement coming out there. Somebody made that and sent it to AB, who unfortunately didn't respond.
Well, hopefully, I mean, if If it was Bitcoin, he couldn't spend it anyway. If it had any value to it, he would have hocked it off, possibly to pay his alimony payments or pay off his birds or whatever. Not.
It's truly awful. It looks like more like a combination of Louis Ortiz and Frankenstein's monster. Like that doesn't look like Adrian Broner whatsoever. And other than that, I don't like how he's depicted. Shouldn't he be between the legs of some skank with a huge beard? How far back are we going? Is this his glory days at 135 when he was picking on Gavin Reese?
Oh,
Cabbage
what a
Reese.
legend. AB, man. M. Lithgow says it looks like the Dillian White £2 coin, but Ryan Deal here from Down Under or nearabouts has thrown in 20 New Zealand dollars. He says, working, so I can't listen, but expecting the Persian rugs to take it home this year. Maybe we'll see one for the Groats Weave in 2022. Honourable mentions to the Boxing Nutters Messenger Group and the AJ statue. Thank you very much to you, Ryan Deal. Absolute legend. Throwing in money again. Even then, he doesn't have to, but there's AB. Right, I'll fire through a few quick ones here, boys, so we're not here all night because we're on July already. We're around the 45-minute mark. So coming in July, we had Porky throwing up the billboards, offering a fight out to Big John Fury. Also, we had an interesting one here. Guillermo Rigondo. He said, let's do this already so I can show you what old looks like. Big Irv jumped in and said, just don't pull out again, Grandpa. And Rigondo responded, Matty, only on your old lady. Bit of banter there from the Cuban maestro.
Yes. That's exactly why you learn another language. It's to talk shit. And for no other reason than that. And I respect Rigondo for knowing just enough English to pull off that burn.
Ah, yes, what a legend. And also here, Matty, on July the 18th, we had BoxingScene.com. Jamel Charlo said he felt the Castaño fight could be the one that puts him in the Hall of Fame. You on board with that, Matty?
Sure, if it's like for athletes from Houston or some shit like that.
So the Houston Boxing Hall of Fame.
There you go. Him and his brother. Isn't Big George from around Houston too? So there's at least 3 of them. So, they could have a room. The room of fame.
Hey, get a room with the Ebony Bridges and Appreciation Society on July the 25th. Someone had done a little a drawing of Ebony.
What the fuck? She looks a fucking mermaid going in the fucking bottom there. Look, fucking Jesus.
She's in shape, Matty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you call that shape, however the hell they drew that. I'm more concerned with the look on her fucking eyes, Steve. Looks like Tommy's staring down a glass of liquor.
Oh, yes. Well, Ebony is one of women's boxing's finest. Unfortunately, we haven't had Rapping Rob Kelly jump on as yet, but another one of women's boxing's finest was in action during the year. So let's pay homage to Katie with this interview.
We were all nervous. We were all praying today. But what was it like moments before this Olympic final for you? Were you really nervous?
I just want to thank Natasha for the great fight. It's a great opportunity, and Freddie, just want to bless to have a great
some of my finer editing work there from old Katie, one of our favourites, Rapping Rob Kelly, jumping in. August, Joe Joyce, God knows what he turned up looking like, but he turned up looking like this. It was our winner for August the 1st.
Was it?
With this thing on his head.
Fucking hell. I remember that, actually. Who's it? I don't remember what that was.
I'm a half pumpkin.
Oh, a few of the boys have mentioned this one as well. This has got to be up there. Tim Boxeo, the ring surface in Egypt was so unusable, the promoter has decided to duct tape Persian rugs to the surface instead. Off we go. And there we were, slipping and sliding. And Fatma Saab and Noah Al-Kalani had to make do with Persian rugs duct taped to the canvas.
Yes.
In all my years, I've never seen anything like this before, Andy.
Yeah, it was a YouTube link. I remember kind of sitting and watching it just for 10 minutes or whatever, and that when the link came up for Egypt, so it started raining quite heavily, bringing all the Persian rugs in. Of course, you're fucking fortunate to buy the things in the UK, man. And they fucking sit and fucking gaffer tape all out of tappy so they can run about boxing on the top of it and that, man. Yeah, it was, as you say, mate, club show boxing at its finest. Or at its worst, whatever we want to put and coin it.
At its finest or its worst. A few more fly through here from August as well. One of the weeks was a winner by Dan Raphael, who scored the Ugas Pacquiao fight to Pacquiao, to then come onto Boxing Social afterwards and say it was a masterpiece. Dan Raphael says Ugas did exactly what he needed to do against Pacquiao in Las Vegas last night to retain his WBA World Welterweight title. He did everything he needed to do, apart from on the card of Dan, who had him losing. Also in August, we saw the PBC Penitentiary Boxing Crew. We've got AB, we've got Javonta, we've got Charlo, all having little brushes with the law. Also in August, we saw Tom Loeffler getting nominated by David Almond for saying one of his goals since starting working with Triple G 10 years ago was for him to be on the Ring Magazine top 10 list for 500 weeks. Now it's 501 weeks and we did it. Dominant run, always professional. What an amazing lie, says David Almond. Who on earth would ever make such a random lie and say they wanted to be on the Ring top 10 for 500 weeks? But there you go.
That's
anyway,
kind of
Tom
random
Loeffler.
thing to come up with, though, eh? Fuck me, man. Pound for pound for 500 weeks.
Oh,
What
good
is that?
old Tom.
Was that 2 and a bit year? No, just under 2 year? Fucking hell.
500 weeks, that'd be 500 weeks. That's looking.
Oh,
you're
fuck,
looking
what am I
at
talking about?
5 years or so.
5 years, sorry, aye.
500 weeks is like 9 years. 52 weeks a year, 52 times 10 is 520, so it's at 9.5 years.
Aye, 9.5.
Bellew the week for my math skills, but anyway, we shall move on.
So the podcast is more successful than you realized. Steve just doesn't know how to add.
No, we can't add up with all them super chats coming in.
And we can't convert New Zealand currency either. It's a real bitch.
He's a pass for that one at least.
Devon Alexander got a nomination as well. Devon was getting down and dirty again, so to speak. He says, I'm telling you now, if a dude eats a woman rear end, you disgusting. I know it's a new thing out here, but so many germs pass through back there. I don't care how good you clean it. Women, if your man talking about it, he enjoy it, I would give him a side eye. That's suspect as hell. To each his own. From a man's standpoint, that's disgusting. So more stretched anus chat from old Devon there, who's not happy about the way things are going. But talking about getting down and dirty, here we go into the business end of August again. Another drawing, TML Craft Designs, adding about 50 years onto Ebony there. He's looking a little bit punch drunk.
She looks like she's just come back for a club meeting theatre trip to Chernobyl, by the way.
Looks like a smackhead on Beavis and Butthead.
Fucking hell. And that one, that picture at the bottom there, fucking, the teeth look like a set of real condemned pussies.
Oh, good old Ebony getting drawn there. And in August as well, we had the famous Gad coming out again. He's getting down and dirty with Ebony and giving her a bit of praise, a bit of unnecessary praise in my eyes, but the Gad likes a bit of Ebony himself.
Watch out for Ebony Bridges, because she is potentially a Muhammad Ali for women's boxing. Why? Because she is a complete free spirit, like Muhammad Ali was. She can change the way society sees women boxers. The lingerie at weigh-ins, the posing, the total ownership of what her body is and what she's doing. Watch the space, because she is a fascinating person in the sport of boxing.
What a fucking cunt. Fuck you, man. Fucking Muhammad Ali.
I don't know that the Persian rugs beat that. I don't. That's so wrong. So fucking wrong.
Oh, fuck me.
She could be like Muhammad Ali, the lingerie. What?
Can you imagine Ali?
Where you go?
Can you imagine Ali turn up in the underwear pose? Fucking lingerie. What a fucking mic. Oh, fuck me.
Ah, there's the Gad for August anyway. Luckily, just in time, Rapping Rob Kelly has jumped on the call for September of 2021, Rob. This was flying in. Let's do this, Conor McGregor. Your friend Roger Mondery has offered out Conor to a bare knuckle fight with low kicks. Let's do it. Did it ever take place?
I don't know. I heard a couple of rumours frequenting Twitter that McGregor was in a scrap with someone and he paid him 20 grand compensation. So I think some of that compensation should go to anyone that's had to fucking look at this flyer. Okay, hell, man. This is an abomination on the eyes, wasn't it? Bare knuckle emoji fight. Knuckle fight with low kicks. And Ebony Bridges referee, and I think I was that fucking, what's her name? I don't know who it is. I don't know who the referee is there. But it's the fight I want to see. It didn't get made in 2021. We had a lot of disappointments with fights that we hoped to see made and didn't get it over the line. So hopefully this one gets there in 2022. It's at the top of my list anyway. I know that. I love the way there's a specification for the low kick. That's brilliant.
You got the teeth out, Rob.
What's the list? Is the list coming through on the mic? Hold on, let me fix this here.
Go back to that picture, Steve. Like, I'm trying to figure out what It looks like somebody imposed a referee outfit on a Chung-Li from Street Fighter. Am I missing something?
I don't know. I thought it was Betty Boop or something, but Roger
Betty
Mondry,
Boo.
you wouldn't want to mess
Remember
about
her?
with him.
Doing the
Betty
do.
Boo, yeah.
Could be actually that probably is Betty Boo. It's Betty Boo from the Betty Boo and the Beatmasters from 1988.
Good old Connor. He might fight him. Patrick Sweeney, shout out to Patrick. He's in one of the Boxing Nutters Messenger group members. He's thrown in 200 Norwegian kroner. Thanks for all the laughs in 2021.
What's that? That could be make him the new director of the show, is it? 20. Oh, no. Fucking I got to shoot bigger than that, Patrick. No,
I was
thanks for the
worried. I was worried it was North Korean currency, and you wouldn't even be able to get like 5 grains of rice for it. But no, that's good. Norway is better than North Korea. I think. Andy, is it?
What?
Is Norway better than North Korea?
I've not been to North Korea, mate, so I couldn't comment.
Not even gonna take a just a guess at that one, huh?
Well, when it comes to currency, boys, one thing I always like is Bitcoin, especially when Riddick Bowe is down to fight Lamar Odom on October the 2nd. The fight didn't take place, unfortunately. Paulie Malignaggi on the undercard against Corey B. The celebrity referee, our old friend Bitcoin Rodney.
Yes, selling the merch again. I'm Paulie Malignaggi against that guy that slapped him with the powder. Eh? I'll fuck you up.
Corey B.
Did that fight ever take place?
No, I get that.
Corey?
No, got called off.
Got your neck on it. With your balls, Corey B.
Some killjoy thought that Riddick Bowe wasn't in proper fighting condition, Rob.
Who made them think that?
Fucking hell, it wasn't Bitcoin Rodney anyway. He was clearly pushing for the fight there in the background. Look at him. Looks like a fucking poster for Bad Boys 2, doesn't it? Look at the Miami and just Bitcoin Rodney this time.
Riddick Bowe looked like he was in great shape at the Ortiz fight the other night. What are you talking about, man?
He's not even in shape to fight diabetes, man. That was a pretty big concern.
I think if anybody, these guys are looking to get into boxing and fucking try and make a name for themselves and call a few people out to get a fight, just do the Malignaggi, man. You get the fight. Just say something about Malignaggi and you get the fight. I have a feeling he'll go for it.
That was a scrapped as old Malignaggi. Back in September, before we fly on to October, Eddie was getting ruffled by friend of the pod and thumbnail creator himself, Take Ames. He had Eddie on the ropes.
Right, look, listen, I'm telling you now, the guy interviewed me earlier from, I can't remember, that he was like one of those guys where he was like, he knew that if he could just ask me loads of difficult questions or what he perceived to be difficult questions, he'd be a little bit of a hero in his group chat, right? So one of the questions he asked me was, do you think that, you can still cater for the hardcore boxing fans? I said, mate, what are you talking about? Look at what we're doing. Look at Leeds, September 4th. Look at Smith Fowler and the cards.
Wonder what messenger group is that he's talking?
Group chat bingo. Even Ed.
By
the way, he's saying a difficult question. Oh, what he perceived to be a difficult question.
Yeah. Trying to show he wasn't rattled.
Yeah,
Eddie,
he was raging.
Eddie, we know that you listen to the show. We know that you pay attention to the things that we say. And if you'd like to know more, all you'd have to do is get one of your guys to join Patreon. Give us like 20 a month, and they could join all the groups, and they can hear all of our ideas and things like that. It's a very small investment on your part, and you would truly know what it's like to be part of the Boxing Nutters Messenger group.
Just slightly more than the zone
and your
subscription.
Money.
200 Norwegian kroner, Eddie. Go on, Rob.
He wasn't rattled at all, man. He generally threatens to knock people out during interviews. I didn't see him rattle to me. Keeping his cool there, totally.
Eddie needs to keep his cool, keep it philosophical, like one of his favourite fighters.
I think you were talking about the pandemic there. Have you changed, do you think, as a boxer or as a person during it?
100%. Like when I first started boxing, my whole world just flipped on its head. Like I had to really step my game up and adapt to this new environment. And then, so imagine I'm upside down now and the whole world's moving at 100 miles an hour. So it's a bit of a whirlwind. And then with the pandemic, the whole world flipped on its head, which gave me a chance to now look up again. So I flipped on my head when I first started boxing. Then during the pandemic, where the world's flipped on its head, it's allowed me to resurface again. And I feel like in life, you always need to reset sometimes and go back to what the true meaning of what you're doing is, why you're doing it, reset with who you are, what your values are, and the pandemic's helped me do all that.
I feel like I just got off a fucking roller coaster.
Well said.
Up and down and up and down. Man. I watched one of his interviews with Cougs, actually, believe it or not, in Dubai. One of the very rare ones that I did watch. He was the same in that as well. Why is everybody giving me shit, man? You lost, baby.
He said
That's
after
what
that,
happened.
he said after that, I'd like to take a moment, just sit right there. I'll tell you how it became the Prince of the town called Bellew Of The Year. His life got flipped upside down so much. Probably most of his heroes exist in West Philly anyway, so he was grand.
So it's seriously, if anybody has never had the chance to see him, go to YouTube and look up Fresh Prince prank, and it's usually like people writing letters into like Christian channels in Africa, describing the Fresh Prince story and getting them to like give sympathy and
this man is a clown. This man is a clown. That's that's
oh, God, they're glorious. Sorry, Rob, you brought that to mind. Good memories. Good memories.
Well, yeah, Rob mentioning the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air then gives me the opportunity that I always like to take and play this little one from Jevon Bay.
You know, I doubt Al Heyman wanted to negotiate with me, so he negotiated with Eddie Reynoso. Eddie done a brilliant job. They've got the fight. That's the most important thing to them. We take this fight, we win this fight, and then we move on.
We? We?
He's still his guy though, Steve. He's still his guy. Canelo told Eddie that I'm still his guy. So that's what Eddie told us at least. So and they drink it in.
Well,
I'm not your buddy, guy.
They love a bit of Eddie so much.
The next clip when Eddie's not the co-promoter on the next Canelo fight, it's just going to be that one where Will Smith's dad goes away and he says, "How come you don't want me, man?"
Come on, poor Eddie. Someone definitely wants him. Wants him enough to get his face tattooed on the leg. Laura Shaw tattoos there with Eddie. That's a cracker, Andy, there.
If you replace the mic with a penis, it's definitely a tattoo you remember.
And you can say as Eddie, how many cocks you had? 3, baby. But, it's incredible how a human being could actually go out of their way and actually put ink on their own body, paying homage to a promoter who doesn't give a fuck about them, doesn't pay them any money, just wants to fucking put it out there for likes and retweets and that. I hope it gets a leg amputated at some point.
Yeah, even if it's any promoter, like don't just like if you get a Bob Arum tattoo, like it's not as bad, but fuck me, like it'll probably age better. You know what I mean? You won't have to worry about the wrinkles, but fucking what do you at? Like anyone with your Conor Ben tattoos and all, you just fucking chill the fuck out. Like
you just tattoo Bob Arum your balls, but you know.
He doesn't care about you. You're getting tattoos of this dude on your body. You could buy a ticket to his fight, and you don't even get a fucking pizza with the price of admission. They charge you for that shit at his house. Exactly. He don't care about you. He don't care about you.
One thing you will be getting free whenever you go over to our November the 21st winner here is Bunce's Boxing Sunday Brunch with the blonde bomber, Ebony Bridges, Sunday the 28th of November. One of our most recent winners actually there. Get yourself down, Rob, to the sports bar.
I bet they auctioned off her seat that night.
That was the spot price.
Jake couldn't do that though.
Oh,
Jake couldn't. Not all Ebony. Right, we're coming through to the business end of things
you
now.
Pick any face in the house.
A good sniff of the old seat there. We mentioned Bob. A couple of roasts from Bob coming up. First of all, it was the guard himself. Ebony's fan was getting roasted by the Bob father.
Gareth, I got to ask you a question. Where are you now?
I'm in the Wembley Hilton.
Okay. You're in England, right?
I am.
Right. And it's evening, right?
It's 10 o'clock, yeah.
What are you wearing the fucking sunglasses for?
He's been dug out by Bob. Oh, Bob. Where are your shades?
I left them in the room. I left them in the Wembley Hilton.
So,
no, where are my shades? They're glasses, actually, believe it or not. And I've got several shades of those glasses, as you know.
If anyone's going to roast you, though, you take it off Bob Arum, surely.
Of course I do, you know. But he doesn't know Bob, you don't know shit about sunglasses. No, listen, I'll take it from Bob every day of the week.
I takes it from a lot of people on each day of the week.
Male, female, or no fucking safe with him around, by the way.
Oh, the guard getting a roast. No journalist is safe, boys, whenever Bob's around, as Mike Coppinger also found out in October.
Is on top of the world, and he hasn't fought for over a year. I mean, that's a criminal thing.
It wouldn't have won the first bid if you would have paid him what he was looking for.
Shut the fuck up, you little prick.
Yeah?
Yeah, prick.
Go ahead.
Come on, get him out of here.
Here, you're getting out of here.
Yeah, move him out of here, Darren.
I love how Darren just put the arm on the boot up there, right, you cunt, this way. Did you see the snide cunt day when he said it? He pulled his mask and just fucking smile at Bob and that. Yeah, fuck this tiny cunt.
Betty White made it to 99. Why can't Bob, man?
That's what I'm saying. I like Bob Arum is heavily featured in Bellew of the Years for 2021. I'm looking forward to him being heavily featured in Bellew of the Year 2029, 2049, 2089. He's going to be around like.
If you're still impersonating Katie Taylor in 10 years, Rob, we might have to fucking cut it short.
I forget who actually asked me. Actually says, but somebody asked me, "What do you think Bob Arum does these days?" I says, "He doesn't do nothing." He says, "He just turns up on fight week and just creates chaos and just cusses people out."
No, they got Anthony Fowler's pushing around a big tank of CBD and they're just injecting it into him like Mr. Burns. Is he fucking? Come on, Fowler, you little prick. Come here.
Release hounds.
Have you ever invited an elderly relative to your home for a holiday? No, it's basically what that is. Good old Bob.
When you say
come in, no, you're fucking wrong. This is how I used to do it. Fuck.
None as good, none as many as or that. I haven't invited any that are as good crack as fucking Bob Arum. Anyway, if they were all old people were like that, shit, man, fucking that'd be amazing. Bob Arum just going around smoking weed, cursing people out. What a fucking legend he is.
All of us would probably be pretty fantastic old fellers, but I don't know what the odds are in any of us making it that direction.
I'm on the way out, man. I don't think it's going to happen.
Even if Bob was around in 2029 or 2039, he wouldn't be promoting fights on pay-per-view anyway. According to a source, pay-per-view is dead, or according to that same source, pay-per-view actually isn't dead because he never said it in the first place.
I never said pay-per-view was dead. Other promoters did actually.
Is there a pay-per-view component to all this?
No, there is. There will be no pay-per-view on this channel. Wow. That is one of the models behind that. The aim. Well, I never said pay-per-view was dead.
Oh, what? Excuse my language. Pay-per-view.
Well, I never said pay-per-view was dead. Forget pay-per-view. Okay, it's done.
Yeah,
it's finished.
Even the head.
He talks like the fella that comes to the office to try and upgrade the fucking printer, doesn't he? Telling you, mate, pay-per-view is dead. Get the fucking cannon.
Xerox Eddie.
You just know he bet your door trying to sell you glass windows and stuff and double glazing and fucking
like
gas
Floyd.
boilers. like Floyd, aye. Fucking cavity wall insulation. Hey love, you are $1 million. You need to get this selling strawberries in the market like Tony Coyle and that fuck me.
Oh god, good old
You're
Eddie,
different
yes.
gravy. Shannon Courtney nicking his panther and that fucking shite.
Shannon Courtney baking him round the back while he's at the front door.
And then just taking the rap when she gets caught. She would be very gracious, I'd say, when she gets caught. It wouldn't be our fault.
Oh dear, here's a good winner from the beginning of December, boys. You might remember the Anthony Joshua statue.
Remember?
Okay. Harvey the Hoover turned up.
Exterminate, stay humble. Life is a run.
You could almost imagine the little statue coming off with
State of that paintwork day, man. I hate that green colour, that lime green. Mint green, it's fucking horrible, man.
You don't like
just
any
can't
green.
figure. I just can't figure out why he's got the Confederate flag gloves on. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all.
Is that the least thing that makes sense to you, the whole thing, Batty? I think there's quite a few things I probably have to be.
I'm intent to focus on that because it makes literally no sense at all.
Has he actually spray painted
USA? I don't know.
He's actually spray painted a pair of bricks or something for his feet.
Did he just 3D print that fella who did the portrait of him last night? Was that one?
Notice that he's put a boxing glove and a boxing mitt on him as well.
Looks
Look
like
at
a
that.
character from a Nickelodeon show in 1997.
Biggest inaccuracy in this is that he has the fucking Ring magazine belt. He's never had that one.
Well,
Biggest inaccuracy in this one is that he's got a smile on his face and he's standing.
Such hatred from you boys. Stay humble. Just look at the sculpture and imagine him coming off with proclamations like
Look
this.
at the heat on it, man.
Different energy, different spirit. Coming to win. I tried to learn boxing, stick and move. Isolating the sweet science of the sport, doctrinating my style. But we're going back to the raw, rugged streets. That's where I belong. I never followed no athletes growing up, no movie stars. I followed the hustlers, the Rayful Edmonds, the Jeff Ports, the Nicky Barnes, the Big Meaches, the Larry Hoovers. You understand me? They're the people that gave me that inspiration, the ones that came up.
Get in your fucking
I love the rehearsal there, man. That was a great rehearsal.
I'll tell you what, man, he's got other careers lined up, though. 'Cause, I mean, just think of this. Like, hello, are you feeling lonely tonight? Well, maybe you want to call into Man Chat 24/7, and I'll be here waiting for you. I've got everything you need to get you through the night. All you have to do is dial those numbers. Call now.
Sounds like you've seen that ad before him.
Is that the same people who put up the Florida ad? Is it when like you were talking about last night?
No, because I think the Man Chat thing would be far more consensual than getting drunk and up on your dog.
I love the way he said, like, oh, I tried to learn the sweet science of boxing in that kind of fucking Southern preacher's voice. I tried to learn the sweet science of boxing. And now he comes to me in business and he's abandoned the sweet science of boxing. Meanwhile, this week he was training with Floyd Mayweather. Known for the fucking brutal stuff is Floyd.
Meanwhile, what you said he had no athletic heroes growing up. He fucking cited Lennox Lewis as one of them.
Fucking no athletics here. And Rayfield Edmonds. Would you get the fuck out? Man, that's why I could never work in the boxing because I wouldn't be able to fucking sit there and listen to that fucking say that without calling it out. Like, and I'd never get another fucking job again.
That's pure heroin fucking interview, that one.
I looked up to Boris Spassky and Bobby Fischer.
Right, final few, boys. Starting off with the December the 12th classic here. It's shame Ozzy's not with us to enjoy this one in all of her glory. It's the Goat. I feel bad for the Goat.
This is
outrageous, man.
So we're gonna be done for crimes against humanity if we don't leave the Goat alone. Like that's no, we can't. Like.
I tell you what, I shaved mine off for good reason, right? But just fucking just cue ball it, man. Just go for it. You feel kind of like more refreshed. I mean, think of the hassle you don't need to put up in the morning, have to brush it, try to part it. Fucking clearly.
I'm kind of wondering if she's thinking that maybe she might be able to utilize the lights in the arena and bounce it off her head into her opponent's eyes. Maybe it's a strategic hairline.
Howard Eastman. Sad Ken says Howard Eastman.
Who's that extra out of fucking Star Trek?
Worf.
Worf, there we go.
Final few, yeah. The boys in the chat, shout out to them. They're phoning a few that I hadn't been able to cut, but I mean, God would have been here all day. So, last few video clips for you anyway. First of all, starting with John Fury. This is quite an emotional one, actually. Poor John saying it's been a while since him and Tyson have been together, and he's not seen him in a while. And you actually feel for John in clips like this.
Correction. No, I'm not around him. Okay. The COVID thing. You know, I speak to him on the telephone. He's got the main man round him he needs, Sugar Hill Stewart. You know, he doesn't need me. He don't need his brothers. We're there for moral support. But you know what? We've had to keep away from the camp because of COVID reasons. And Tyson, he wants to get out on the 9th of October and he don't want anything jeopardising it at all, you know. So he's in good hands with Sugar. We speak on the phone, you know, and that's good enough for me. And me not being there to guide him properly, I think it comes.
The biggest bullshit. Oh, fuck me.
For the audio only folks out there, that was Tyson Fury literally walking behind him when he's saying he hasn't seen him. With no acknowledgement as it happened.
I need to see the interviewer's face when he sees Tyson walking past him. Like, you got to double take at least, minimum.
I love the way John kept a straight face though. When he walked past him, he was like, "Yeah, I haven't seen him." Poor chap. Like, if only I could fucking find out where he is.
You stay loaded 24/7. You got that ability.
Good stuff. Good old John Fury there. Right, Final couple, he keeps saying, but I've got a couple here that people have sent in to me. Wouldn't be the same without a bit of Porky involved. The boys in the chat love that Porky injection. So I've got a couple of clips just to keep you going. The money flew in last night. So here's Porky. First of all, with his trademark, go to Adam Booth.
I don't know at the moment, Adam Booth.
Go to
Adam
Booth!
Yeah, you're not about Just Teddy.
You
have you?
always fucking talk over me, you. Fucking hell, man. Go on, you were saying. when I'm doing my Adam fucking Booth impression, don't fucking talk over me. Go to Adam Booth! When I do that, no fucker, talk over me. Yeah, go on. Fucking, I'm in mid fucking. I'm just getting into mode, and you're talking over me, you fucking gimp. Go on, you were saying.
Fucking gimp.
Max, John and Jimmy tapping Max the sausage.
Don't fucking talk over me, you. Oh, brilliant.
I wonder what time of day that was recorded at.
Oh, fucking could be any time with Ross, man.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I don't know. The
Sunglasses inside, like the guy.
Don't fucking talk over me, you.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Anyway. Porky. Another Porky one incoming as well, though. Porky going to the drive-thru. It was a classic from this year.
Oh. Go in here. Get my kids something. Well, it's drive-through a bit. Last time I come here, I left my kids upstairs, didn't I? Drove off. I'm sure there's something I forgot. This will be interesting, won't it? Porky at drive-through. Hey up. Oh, this is not good, is it? Yeah, I'll have a double espresso and I want 2 of them white chocolate cookies for my kids. Yeah, that'll do.
Hi, what can I get you?
Oh, I thought you were already talking to me, love. Oh.
No, that would have been over headset. Sorry about that, love.
All right, I want. I forgot what I want now. Oh yeah, you know.
The best it is, you missed the best bit out because he then reorders his entire order. He goes for like a single coffee and he asks for a fucking receipt. He gets the window.
Didn't he get cookies for his kids too, and then he ate the cookies before he got home?
No, he never got them. He just ordered the coffee, fucked it off.
Oh man. I put in the chat there who gets your vote this year, lads. It could be a clip or it could be an overall winner. Who's done the best body of work? Ryan Pettit jumping in there says Eddie Hearn for him. If you have a winner or if you have someone who takes your vote, then throw it in. It's not an exact science, but we'll go around the boys in a minute as well and see who gets their vote for the year, for Bellew of the Year for 2021. It would be remiss of me not to close out with this one. Obviously, the Boxing Nutters Messenger group is thriving since it was endorsed by the main man himself, Eddie, back in November. This was a classic winner from Eduardo, our final clip of the evening, everybody. Get your Bellew of the Year winners into the chat while it plays.
You really want to go around and start researching my interviews from 5 years ago, which I think was longer than that, from the Frankie Gavin fight, wasn't it? 4 or 5 years ago? Jesus Christ, get yourself a life. Firstly, oh my God, I found this clip from Hearn 6 years ago. Oh, the forums are going to love this one. Oh, you wait till I tell my mates on the boxing nutters messenger group. Oh, I'm going to be the king. Fuck's sake, get a life.
Get a fucking life.
Get a life, mate.
Don't be remembering all the shit I said. What's wrong with you? Get a life.
Can we just say to the listeners, please stop sending in these clips at Eddie Hearn so we can save them and we can then you reuse them. Sorry guys, but come on, get a life.
Get a fucking life, all of you.
Evening, Ed.
Eddie, happy New Year, pal.
Oh, Eddie, doing our work for us, doing the Lord's work indeed. The boys have spoken in the chat. Michael Thompson likes the AJ statue. Patrick Sweeney says AJ for all his nonsense. Big A says Piggy is the winner. Johnny Horscott Nelson says the Gad. Chukwu going on about AJ again. M. Lithgow says the Porky drive-through. Kaiser Koba has jumped in the chat. Shout out to him. He says, I think Father Dave is the best clip. It transcends boxing. The Dr. FMG says the Gad. Rob Barnett likes all the Ebony Bridges pictures. We've seen quite a few of those tonight. Ebony for Rob there. Jason has already said his. Boxing News TV, not biased at all, but it has to be Eddie. Shout out to Boxing News TV doing some great work during this year. Josh Ford has gone for the Gad with Bridges and Ali. Billy Joe Saunders tattoo, Persian rugs, Sal Farris getting stamped down. And Father Dave, the Motor City Cobra says Raging Eddie. And Johnny Horsecock Nelson says Evening
Solid.
Pork. It's been a wild evening. We've got as many. I'll tell you what, there's quite a few more we could have thrown in, but I don't want to take up too many hours. And as Eddie says, we are sad wankers, Andy, collecting these up. People sending us these clips and cuttings throughout the year. Long may it continue in 2022.
Yeah,
it's
right,
tough, Andy. It's tough. But who for 2021 has done the most solid body of work for you? And I just remembered, I tell you what, there's a distinct lack of bean in that rundown for me.
I forgot about that.
Not much bean going on.
Maybe MGP.
Yeah.
Not like Joe Saunders. You know, but I think I've
Shannon
got
Courtney.
Shannon Courtney.
It's not of them.
Aye, we could have had the AG. We could have Dillian White, for example. You know, he got
Dillian
up at
could, yeah,
count at 8.
absolutely. Yeah.
Eddie Hearn says he was up at 8 as well. He started to move at 8. Fucking hell, Eddie had to go to his neighbours next door. Neighbour get a fucking he'd back off and take him back to Dillian. Fuck me. But
the funniest thing about him saying that Dillian White was up at 8, that there was paramedics got into the ring to help Dillian White get back up. I don't think they generally fucking stormed the ring and the 8 count, like, do they? Fucking hell.
But I'm going to go for, I think, I really want to vote for Eddie. I really do, for like so how he melted down there. But I've got to go for the Gad, for the thirstiness of the Bridges, and then the Ali. The Ali comments alone are fucking fantastical shite. So I'm going to vote for fucking Gad, with the Persian rugs coming at number 3, Eddie at number 2, Porky at 4, and then I'll put in Saul Farah getting fucking stamped on as number 5.
Oh, there's some crackers there, Matty. I think the Persian rugs, Matty, got me at the time. I really enjoyed that one. What about yourself?
The Persian rugs was glorious. But going back, man, I have to give it to Gad for comparing Ebony Bridges to fucking Muhammad Ali. That reminder, I was like, holy shit, that's like the worst comparison ever. So I got to go to Gad for my winner, but the Persian rugs were glorious.
And by extension, you could also add in Teofimo Lopez for saying about the Ali comments and that as well. By extension.
That was a good one, yeah. Earlier on, I had Teofimo Senior. I had a couple of his clips, but I didn't manage to upload them because of storage issues. But Deanch says Ben Davidson. There was a Ben Davidson one in there as well, which I wasn't able to upload again because of storage. Big A says Eddie, AJ or the Pork. Sad Ken says Gad all day. Adam Hughes said Jovino. Michael Thompson stamped into Bolivian was the title of the year for me. Yes, I'll give myself a pat on the back for that one. Thank you, Michael. Rapping Rob Kelly, what's took your interest over 2021?
Yeah, I was good, yeah. Like I think the whole Gad and Ebony relationship itself that transcends just the fucking Muhammad Ali comparison. You've got a lot of tattoos. Oh, you want to see my tattoos, mate? Oh, yes, do show us the tattoos. Well, this one here is the. I got this one for art, but do you ever hear the Phoenix, mate? It's like, well, it rose from the ashes, and I got it on my leg. You want to look at it? Oh yes, let's see the feet. That was great.
I bet he was silently or sleekily just putting his hand in his pants as he was talking and standing up at the same time. In that,
Amir Khan was just fucking hovering around in the background,
waiting
to put some Bitcoin Rodneys down on it. The Bitcoin Rodney, the Repo Rick situation, like there was some great ones. Let me think what else that really got me. Anthony Joshua's meltdown was fairly spectacular on that, to the point that Coogan even asked him, was he okay? That was amazing. Like, and what were the other ones? There was what were the main standout ones? Father Dave, dude. Father Dave. Yeah. The laugh I had the night Father Dave, we did the Father Dave one. I was fucking in hysterics. The fucking Aussie commentators, man. Absolutely brilliant. When he's coming out, what was it? Glory, glory, hallelujah. He's coming to the ring and his name is Father Dave. And the man goes, he's actually a priest, this Father Dave character.
And when the MC reads out the scores, he goes, what a tremendous fight we had there.
Dude, if none of us have that version of Glory, Glory, Hallelujah played at our funeral, we have truly failed in bringing our lives together in all aspects.
Father Dave would be fucking hanging around doing the sermon by the time we're all fucking. This man came back from a brain tumor. Remember that? That was the backstory.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Someone, Ozzy
Yeah.
had done a bit of research into it. We had a contact number for him. He found out that he'd recovered, got his license back after a brain tumor, 56, and a priest. So, you know, believe in the power of prayer.
and he runs a kids camp.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Father Dave. So Father Dave for me, man, takes some top of that. Was amazing that night.
I think Rob's right. Actually, I do remember that it was March time, I think, and that night was a cracker. We had about 4 or 5 clips after the fight and everything. So yeah, Father Dave is definitely right up there for me. But there's been so many. We've had a good time, and yeah, we went into 2022, a few days anyway, as it is now. But thank you to everybody who supported us, whether it's Patreon, super chats, or just coming into the chat every week. We do.
Oh,
appreciate
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead,
my
Rob.
personal
Go
highlight
ahead.
of fucking 2021. I can't, just for the sheer ridiculousness of it, and it cannot be overlooked. The greatest fighter of our generation in a little Miami Dolphins fucking tracksuit, sitting on a yacht somewhere in an obscure fucking Florida town, selling fucking cosmetic surgery to women who can buy it if they can work out how the fuck you actually make the purchase and come and recover on this fucking crazy yacht that Floyd Mayweather's fucking sailing down the river. So that was that's my one. That and Father Dave was a tie.
Black Friday. We love a Floyd advert. No doubt Rob will send them to us during the year as well. Thanks to everybody who jumped on the panel tonight. Do appreciate Rapping Rob Kelly's there. Matty DiGelinardo as well. And as always, thank you very much to Andy Patterson for jumping on. We'll be back next Sunday evening. Shout out to the super chatters tonight. James Windsor, Gunnar Change, Ryan Deal and Patrick Sweeney, who've all thrown a few quid in. We do very much appreciate you appreciating our work. And to play us out, no better man than the man himself. He has made Bellew of the Year and Bellew of the Week a thing for so many years now. It's Tony. See you episode 456 on Sunday evening. Play us out, Tony. Play us out.
Mates.
I've told you what to do, ban them for life. My thing would be, fail for steroids, officially you've took steroids, you've injected needles, ban them for life. Ban them for life. No ifs or buts, you fail for performance enhancing drugs, you're banned for life.
It seems to be people saying to you, and this is also towards Eddie Hearn as well, that it seems to be one rule for one and one rule for another.
If anybody fails a drug test for performance enhancing drugs, they've been injecting steroids, ban them for life. I don't care who it is. I don't want to go on about Billy Joe. I just feel for him. I know the kind of person Billy Joe is. He's a good lad. He's one of the boys. And let me tell you, mate, cheating just wouldn't be in his. It's just wrong, mate. He's been given something, and it's wrong. It's wrong. And he must be furious as well. He must be furious because you're tarnishing the lad's name, and it's just not in. It's just not in.
Tony should suck a dick for that. There you go. Fuck Tony Bellew then.
We'll never forget.
I think that's good happening.
Go to Arum!
We want to be honest, yeah?
Crying like a little bitch.
I've never met a fucking swank that can fight me.
I fell asleep.
You're a fucking bum, you're a fucking asshole.
Grumpo fucking stiltskin.
But allegedly, Oscar Rivas has failed a test.
7-year aim. 7-year aim.
I will fucking smash fucking you. I hope you fucking die.
Be safe.
I love boxing silence, as simple as that.